Hello. How is everyone? I hope you're doing well. Let me see who's here. Hi, Nikia, Christine, Helen, Steph, Carol, Tammy, Always Believe, Rosanna. I hope that you guys are doing well. And hey, Catherine, having or had wherever in the world you are had a nice Monday, because it's okay. Just checking the picture and stuff, because you know how high tech we are over here now, guys. So just making sure you are receiving me loud and clear. Hey, Beth. And I must have done something with the settings. Oh, there you go. So, how are we? Hey, Seaward. First of all, one thing is my new mic did come in time. This is what I'm looking at the wrong camera. This is what a 350 pound, so like $500, 500 euro mic looks like, in case anyone was curious. It doesn't come with wires. It doesn't come with the stand, nothing. So I had to order, because my old mic, I still have that stand. So I thought it would work with that stand, but it doesn't. So I had to order the other stand. This is like the best mic in the world. All the really professional people have it. So yeah, I copied them. And it says the wire and stuff should be here tomorrow, and then the stand on Wednesday. So hopefully it's here tomorrow morning and I can use it for the lesbian news. But if not, then Wednesday we should be good to go. But I hope that if anyone has managed to catch my video that I put up yesterday, we're getting high tech over here. I used my green screen, and it is a little bit of an extra faff, but I think it makes the video look so much better. And also, it is easier for me to fight claims whenever what they're doing for like fair use and stuff. If I put like a clip up, say the clip runs from like 0 to 12 seconds, sometimes what they'll do is they'll say the clip runs from 0 to like 15, and they overclaim. So they're making it seem to YouTube like I'm using more of the clip, and then my face is in some of it. So this, whenever they claim, I'm there. I'm in the whole clip. So yeah, it'll be a bit better that way too. But yeah, it's a bit of an extra faff, but I think it looks so much better, and I really like it. Yeah, what is in the frame on your wall? I have read comments from a couple of people. I think Robin said one that they basically were saying like, oh, your friend Marja, and I would love to say that that's the truth and that Marsha's my friend, but I don't think that you can call. Well, I would call her my friend because I want to, but I don't think having, a DM, a very sporadic DM relationship over Instagram and talking on the phone twice makes us friends. But I'll take it. So yeah, this was the message that Marcia sent me just before. It was around Christmas, and I know there'll be some people who makes their blood boil when they hear this. But just in case you can't read it, the message says, "Same girl, because I said, like, "Have a happy New Year and Christmas and all that with your wife and your son." And she said, "Same girl. If we get a season 3, it'll be because of you." Happy 2022. And then because we do, the X's, so I always like sign everything with X's. So yeah. I thought it was frame worthy. I didn't actually talk about it when I first put it up. It's only the only people who really knew about it are the awesome people who watch my videos to the very end, because quite often I do sneak little things in at the end, and at the end of drinks at Dana's, I put lots of things in that unless you watch all the way through, you won't catch. Oh, thanks guys for all the compliments about the new things, new videos. It's been going good. I've been able to get some new bits and pieces because I think I told you guys I applied for like this grant thing from the government, and I've incorporated my YouTube channel in because I have like my own business. So a branch of my company is my YouTube now, and it's really cool because any equipment that I buy up to £10,000, they reimburse you 50% of it. So it's really good. Oh, Miss G, yeah, that is the another thing. Lots of people have been requesting a G cam so that whenever we're on screen, there's like a little G in the box. So I'm working on that because this room it's like awkward for her because literally like you can see there, that's the headboard that in there, like that's my bed right there. So she sits like on the bed and like just listens from here. She does have like a blanket and stuff in here, but obviously like she wants to go in the bed. So yeah, I'll be setting up the G cam soon. Oh no, Miss G never gets tired of her fans. She loves her fans. She loves them. And I've been joking with, since my friends Claire and Katie came on the channel again, and especially Claire, I went to another friend of ours' little girl's birthday last week, and I was talking about the video, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like this many people have seen it," and I was showing her some of the comments, and anytime that like we're like making jokes all the time, and I'm always like, "Claire, your fans say hello. Your fans were asking about you." She loves it. But yeah, so welcome everyone. I'm doing timestamps. I'm writing down here. So this will be the end of our little hellos and welcomes. Where are we? 9 minutes in. So, season 3 updates. I'm gonna make some sort of little like swoosh or something like that. I don't know whether anybody watches Emily D. Baker. She's a lawyer. She's a really great channel for like any legal stuff. And she doesn't really make videos. She mostly does lives, and she splits all her things into sections, and then she has like a swoosh for when she's going on to the next section. When will my besties be back on the channel? Probably when I mean, I'm always on the lookout for things to do, and if I'd see something to have them on, I'd definitely get them on sooner. But when Claire finishes season 1, I'm definitely gonna want to get her on. Casey's having to travel a lot. I just was talking to her before I came on live actually, so she's a bit more awkward, but Okay, so season 3, I put this on Twitter, so a lot of people probably didn't see because I know that Twitter is like the least amount of people have Twitter, and my followers on Twitter are like a seventh of my followers everywhere else. So, yesterday, Vanessa Williams spoke to one of the Instagram Pipette accounts, and basically the account was asking, "Oh, have they been in touch about season 3? And, like, have they asked you anything?" And Vanessa Williams said she had not heard a peep from Showtime or the writers or anything, which I mean, I find it surprising she hasn't heard anything because they've been back, like, I mean, but then again, it's like they've only been back like a week, 2 weeks max. So they haven't, you know, written anything. They'll still be in where are we going for the season. Yeah, I think she's telling the truth. I can't imagine her not. I think this is the thing I argue a lot, you see, as well, because it's like the whole thing with the season 3 news. Like, I guess it's because this is, I think logically, if somebody asks me something and like, you know, whenever everybody was saying about season 3 to me, like, okay, Marja said this, but Marja said tons of other stuff that I was like, "Oh, we're getting season 3." But she didn't say those words, but she never said to me, "Oh, don't say this or don't say that," or, "In confidence, I'm telling you this." So, I was always very open with you guys and said, "Everything other people are saying is leading me to believe this." And I was sure they were telling me the truth because at no stage did anyone say, "Oh, I can't say anything," or I guess what I'm trying to say is I think it's weird that she would just say, "Oh, I can't tell you if I'm gonna be in season 3 or not," or, "We haven't talked in depth." Like, why would Vanessa Williams say, "I haven't heard anything," if she had, instead of just being like, "Oh, we don't know," and leaving it up, like, in the general sort of area, because it's like you would have to make up a lie instead of just, you know, saying the very simple, "Oh, we don't know yet." Yeah, and honestly, Showtime do things really, really weird because there's there's people at Showtime who aren't in the know. Like, there's people at Showtime that I've told them things because someone in the someone working on the show has told me something. And when all that stuff happened with Ari's management company, some of the people I talked to at Showtime, like, didn't know then that the show was renewed, but other people associated with the show had told me. So it's just weird. I guess it's like any job though, like, the CEO and stuff is gonna know stuff before, I don't know, people like telephone operators or something. So it is just weird. But again, I guess they don't want to, like, bother Vanessa Williams if they don't even know what they're doing yet. So, I think the most likely scenario is that they at least get, like, draft stages of what's going on, and they can put together an offer and say, like, "Oh, hey, we need you in 3 episodes out of the first 5," or something, because it'll be interesting when they approach people like Vanessa, Rosie, Jamie, like, people that aren't the season regulars, but they're not, like, just, guest stars. Like, there's people like Donald Faison, Rosie, and that they really had a substantial part and what they're gonna do because like there's really not that long to go. Like we're basically at the end of February. So they've got March, April, and then May, they're gonna already need to know to be getting costumes and sets and blah, 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 everything set up. Hey, Sonia. Yeah, and the thing about the show being renewed in October and then them waiting so long, it's just so weird. But I mean, I think I shared it last week. Like in November, the stuff people said to me, like that's why I knew it was renewed in November. So yeah, there's I just wish that they I just love when filming starts and then we start getting like all the pictures and the behind the scenes, and I'm gonna be really interested though to see because remember after the first season, obviously like it was such a huge there was enormous amount of time between season 1 ending and then starting filming season 2 because of obviously. And I think it will be really interesting to see if I mean, there's a bunch of new writers. Is this something that's gonna be going on throughout the show? Because there was quite a lot of changes between season 1 and 2, but things like are it like the director of photography, story executives, all these people, are they all coming back? Are these new writers additions? Are they shaking things up? Because generally after a second season and because also this show is it's not one of those shows that it's not Yellowjackets, like it's not been a absolute, runaway critical and rating success. So they know that they need to make sweeping changes, but are they throwing more at it or are they trying like as in they're putting those what is it, 3 writers that we know, new writers, they're putting them in as well to have like more voices or are they taking out some people because there's some people who work in quite a high up capacity. I know some people who work for them and they've told me that well, this was at least 2 months ago, but even 2 months ago that they didn't have an offer to go back for season 3. So maybe they're still sorting that out and ironing out the new people and the other people that are going, and that's why they haven't even approached, like, you know, Vanessa or Rosie or anyone like that, and they're trying to organize, "Hey, Ashley, what's going on there?" Also, I haven't heard about whether they want me to be the official show timekeeper. So I'll be waiting to hear. I think she's lying on top of the radiator. So yeah, we have also Leisha and Kate. Oh hey Flynn. Leisha and Kate are going on that Caribbean holiday thing. I think it's the 7th of May. So it's just before they go back to filming. No one has asked me anything. It's rather insulting. So I have talked about this before, Catherine, but I don't think people have really listened because I have only mentioned it once or twice. Lots of people, okay, like whenever people complain or say they don't like a storyline or something, they will immediately be like, blame Marsha, basically. And I know that obviously most people who follow the show don't have a great lot of experience when it comes to television shows and films and stuff like that and how they work. And one of my friends that I talked to on Twitter, she actually works for Disney, and her and I are always saying how it is funny that like whenever people were complaining about Marja and they were saying they wanted Eileen, like it's just it's stuff like that that makes it obvious that these people like don't have never worked in television because and I read another comment like recently that was like, oh, Leisha, Kate, and Jennifer were like really money hungry because they couldn't wait for Eileen to be done with her series to like do the L word, and that's why they got Marsha and blah blah blah. And it's like Eileen would never in a million years do the L word because it's such a step back for her. Like she she's not on to Showtime, you know, lesbian niche show. She's doing Law and Order. It's like someone doing a small lesbian indie film when they've just directed, you know, some big summer block or some Marvel movie in the summer. Like it's just the way it is. And when it comes to people complaining about the show, they pour all bye Eva, they pour all of that and into like Marja, and this is all Marja's idea and this and that. And in reality, Jennifer, Alicia, and Kate have far, far more involvement in this show. Like they are crafting, maybe not entirely on their own, but they have a big say in what their characters are doing. And Marsha's also told me that, like with Alice, like they're writing specific pitches. Like Alicia was the one who completely came up with that Rosie thing. Their executive producers, they have say in what is going on the show and what doesn't. And that's all fine and well, and so do all the other writers who are writing these things. But the people who have the most say and who decide practically everything are Showtime themselves. Like, Showtime is the be all and end all. If there was something like if Showtime decided, I don't know, something like Showtime could be the ones that are saying Carmen doesn't come back or Tasha doesn't come back. Like Showtime are the ones that are in, and they will be saying this this year we want, this to happen to Bet and that to happen to Shane. And there are some people that sometimes I've seen them saying like, "Oh, why are the writers talking so much about like other characters or other characters' storylines?" And I'm not saying like I know this is true for fact, but for all we know, Showtime could be the one saying, "Okay, we're deciding the main storylines for Alice, Bet, and Shane because they're, the stars, and you can do the storylines for Sophie, Finley, and Micah or whatever, or it's some combination of that, and Showtime are saying like, oh, okay, we want you to do a storyline that features Shane and Tess getting together, and we want you to do a storyline that involves poker, and you need to incorporate Lena Waithe and guest stars. Like I highly, highly, highly doubt it was Marja who came up with Rosie or any of the writers. I'm sure Showtime went to their writers' room and said, "Hey, we have this deal with Rosie O'Donnell. You need to," or they could have even cast her as Carrie. Like the when a show is on a network, they have a lot of say, but they have way more say when it's Showtime, HBO, like that sort of network. And the director of programming is the person who decides all of that. And they're the one who decides whether the show is renewed and things. And when people say things like, people were constantly like on Twitter, like saying bad things about writers or costume or whatever it is, and they're telling Showtime, it's like Showtime's probably the ones that made those decisions in the first place. Oh, someone asked up there about yeah, the filming starts the very end of May, beginning of June. Rosanna, yeah, that is what people want to say. She's involved with season 6. Yeah. Brittany, I want to see the pitch meeting where Kate proposes that Shane is just filling out paperwork at the bar for 2 seasons. Yeah, Showtime, not just in like they are deciding a lot. I mean, I think I used this example before, but like usually when it's a network show, they have so much say, like they will be telling them what to wear. Like that is how extensive it is. The show, The Office, like NBC used to tell Greg Daniels, who's the showrunner, and the costume department, everyone, that the women in that show, like Pam, the lead female, she wasn't allowed to wear pants on the show. She had to always wear a skirt and tights or a skirt and pantyhose because that's what they wanted. And literally, like the network programmer sometimes is just like a middle-aged rich white man. So whatever he said, like you look at the lineup for years on network TV sometimes, and it's the same sort of show with the same sort of like women that are the leads and things, and it's literally like this guy's personal preference. Yeah, I mean, the executive producer is probably the role that is like and I mean this for executive producer on all television and movies, is probably the most loosely defined role because it can literally be money. which if you look at Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the show, the two executive producers for the show were on were executive producers on the Buffy TV show because they were on the Buffy film, and it was in like a contract that it got, called over, and they just were bought into it basically. They never even were on set. They had nothing to do with it. They were actually banned from the set because they wanted they wanted it to be more like the film, and the film was bad. So they never were on set. They had nothing to do with storylines, nothing to do with anything. Or you can be in the way that like Kate, Leisha, and Jennifer are, which is the same thing with Ellen Pompeo from Grey's Anatomy, is that after, or, you know, all the office crew, this happens to too. You see it in TV shows a lot after normally like the fifth or sixth year, it bumps a lot of the leads into an executive producer role because it's normally incorporated into TV contracts where after X amount of years, you get bumped into the executive producer role because it normally means you get more money. And by getting that credit, you get more of a say in what's happening with the character and the show and what direction you're going in. So I'm sure, like, from when they started talking about doing the reboot, like, that was one of their stipulations. And it also makes sense with Jennifer, Alicia, and Kate because a lot of the writers and the showrunner are, new and younger. And Jennifer, Kate, and Alicia not only were on the original show, but they do have quite extensive experience just in the industry. And although Alicia and Kate did very much pay their dues in the sort of LGBTQ cinema, that and I talked about this the other day too, the fact that Jennifer Beals being on the L Word, who's to say the show would even have made it if she didn't? And she really, really took a risk. Like, I remember when the show was coming out, like, there were people who were literally saying like she would never be able to get another job after she did the L Word. And all all those things factoring in with the fact that they also know their characters really well. And the thing is, they will have a say, and I'm sure those three have a big say, hearing some of the things they've pitched and some of the things that have ended up on the show. But if it came down to it, and you got to think about shows like Friends, where Ross and Rachel were split up the whole time. Why? Because when they get together, everyone's like, oh, okay, they're together, so what? Like, what gets people annoyed, what gets people on social media is people being split up. And I don't know whether this is the case, but it seems to me that if you look at any post, not even L Word post, any post that Showtime puts out, immediately L Word people are all over it, all over it. And normally all over it about Bet and Tina, and now Danny and Gigi. And you can't buy that sort of loyalty and people going crazy. It just doesn't always happen. And if there's a programming director who sees all this and sees all of us constantly online and talking about the show and rewatching and tweeting and Instagramming, and Bet and Tina are broken up, and I'm going to add Danny and Gigi in because they're going to get this treatment now too when they realize the power of all the clips on YouTube and hundreds of thousands of millions of views. And they know, if we keep them split up, this is gonna continue because people are gonna still be interested and wanna hear about it, and the writers and Jennifer, Kate, and Leisha are saying, "Oh, we should get them to get together because, the fans wanna see them together." If those were the 2 choices, I think I know what the network would decide. So, I know everyone everybody likes to blame, you know, the writers and stuff, but I'd say the network executives have a lot more reason to keep them split up. The writers have stuff to gain from putting them together, but that's just my opinion anyway. Hey, Kinky. You crazy woman. Oh, hang on. I've lost what you guys are saying. So if they start filming in May, Laurel shows the end of July, she's gonna be on. I know it, and loads of people have been saying to me about like, yeah, Laurel shows in July, but it's just a show. Like she's already been prepared for it for like nearly 2 years because it's been cancelled and rearranged so many times. But like she probably is only gonna go to the beginning, like, a few days before the opening days and then be done, and also think about last year, like, she moved to Texas last year when they were filming, and if she's gonna be in the thing is they haven't said yet whether they're gonna block shoot or not, and that will change things too. I can't imagine they are going to. I think they'll shoot like normal because, things are going back to normal. So I doubt she's going to be at I can't imagine her staying the entire show month. But I'm definitely going to be um at Laurel's show, and I have a group on Facebook. I'll put it in the comments of here. I'll put it now because anybody wants to come and meet up, join my group, and I'm staying at the Bankside Hilton, and I've put all the information in the group so that when we go to London, because I know some people are like shy and they don't want to. Everyone is invited. Everyone who wants to come is invited. All obviously, if like you don't like me, then don't. I don't want you there. But yeah, if you're a subscriber or whatever, I am really excited, and everyone is totally welcome to meet up in the hotel before to walk out, because I was talking to someone yesterday and I think they were a little bit nervous, and you can walk over with me, you can come to dinner with me. Tammy and I are gonna be hanging out. Flynn, thank you so much for the super sticker. Oh, you're such a sweetie. Thank you. And yeah, total open invitation. And also, that I am going to be trying my best to speak to Laurel. So if you are shy and you want to come along with me, you can. Yeah, that what Tammy said basically is I just don't think I can't imagine she would it's like a month, and I don't think she's ever stayed the entire time at the other ones. Oh yeah, Miss G will be running the lives while I'm in London. Miss G will just be like this. Because oh my god, I took the cutest picture of her the other day, and she was like, oh, I want to show you guys this. I sent this to my sister today. Oh god, you can't see it. The cat and the papoose. It's so funny. Oh, where is this one of G? She's such a little cutie. Normally when I go away, she stays in the cat hotel, but oh, I don't know what I did with her. Oh, I was gonna talk about this too. Next next week. Yeah, next week. Um, Next week, the 3rd of March, the dropout. Oh, this is it. Look at G. She's snoozing. She's like trying to keep herself awake. It's so cute. But next week, the 3rd of March, the dropout, the Elizabeth Holmes show comes out. And I am going to cover that. The first 3 episodes come out, and then for 5 weeks, a weekly one comes out. I'm covering that, and then on the 18th of March, the WeWork one comes out, which there's a video on my second channel all about WeWork. Those 2 shows I'm covering on my second channel. So if you're not subscribed to my second channel, go check that out. And my WeWork, like, it's a really big video, but it's on there too if you want to check it out. So that's I just wanted to let you guys know that, because I am gonna obviously have the videos, but it won't be on here. I got the start of a new tattoo here, but it's headless at the moment because it obviously it was on the inside of my bicep, so they have to do it in like parts because oh my god, it's so painful. So it'll be unveiled soon. And then I'm getting this like, where am I getting it? I think here, the card, you know, the one with Bet and Tina, like the figures in like a card. So I'll probably get that next month. It'll definitely be before Laurel's show anyway. Bye, Rosanna. Oh, hey, Robin. Yes, Brittany, I have watched The Vow. Yeah. Because I originally started following that story when I lived in New York because Allison Mack, you know, from Smallville, I absolutely my knee is so itchy. I absolutely loved Allison Mack and I loved Smallville. I love that show. And turns out she's a nutcase. So yeah, that was unfortunate. But I have this, oh my god, there's so much going on. Oh, on Saturday, I had this meeting. I have, because you guys know, I have all my businesses. Robin, thank you so much for the super sticker. Oh, that's so sweet of you to pop in and do that. Thank you. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I had this meeting on Saturday, and for one of my businesses, I have social media, like, marketing thing, but it's for doctors and dentists. And one of my clients was like, "Oh, could we have a meeting on Saturday?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, sure." And we were meeting for like 4 hours, and they basically ended up pitching me this like huge deal to have pretty much all the private doctors that are here to work with them on the island. So it's like a really, really big project. Um, so I'm starting working on that soon too. And then I have another big project with, I think I told you guys this too, about the medicinal cannabis stuff. And I might be going to Portugal in March to look at this like factory. But there's so much going on. Like, honestly, every day I'm like, what's happening? Where am I? Oh, no worries, Robin. I'm going to try. I'm writing it down, the timestamps, so it should make it easier. Oh, I was talking about Laurel's show, so I need to write that down on the timestamps. Let's see. Oh, I was also going to talk about, guess what's back this week? Station 19 and Grace. Finally. They've been off for ever. Oh my gosh. When was the last new episode? Was like the beginning of December. It's been such a long break. So they're both back this week. So I'll be covering them on Friday since they come out Thursday night. Oh yeah, yes. I talked to Savage like yesterday or the day before. Yeah, it's been a really long time since we've had Grace and Station 19, and yeah, they'll be. I don't know. I feel like because I really like Kai and Amelia. I'm interested in there, but I don't know. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of the pregnancy storyline, so hopefully they don't make it really like boring. Oh yeah, that's true. They do normally have quite a big break, but I think yeah, you're right. They did change the schedule around for the Winter Olympics because normally they don't have that November December episode, and they have the big break like the end of November December, and then they come back in January. Oh yeah, Robin, I was gonna say, I asked after my live last week, I straight because Chris from the Outward Online is in Australia, so it was or like there's always this period between like 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, and that's me going to sleep, and that's her waking up the next day. So we always go back and forth a bit around that time because it's good for both of us. Lynn, thank you so much for the super sticker. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. You really supporting our channel out here. Thank you, Lynn. So after last week, I said to her, "Do you remember this thing?" And she had no memory of it, which is weird because she's really good about that stuff. So yeah, she was like, "What are you talking about?" And I explained it. Jess didn't remember it either. And I went through like everything. I have so much old stuff too. Like because I watched the show when it was on, and I had like old hard drives. I have a computer over there from. It's literally like I have one of those blue desktop Macs. That's what I'm on right now, and I have an old white desktop Mac from when I remember. That's when I first started learning how to edit because I was in school, and I graduated in 2009 from university. So I think that computer's from 2007, and I went through that. Nothing. I do not know, and I hate this because I hate not knowing anything. But I don't know. Call to action. Anyone watching this video, if you know what happened with Sharon Osbourne's purchased guest star or like walk on part in the L Word, please let us know because we're stumped. I mean, the next thing would be I could ask like Sandra or someone to ask Kate, Leisha, or so because I mean it's Sharon Osbourne. They must remember what happened because I can't think of any other way or anyone else that would know. Because if I don't know and Chris and Jess don't know, and I even asked like Evelyn, Alex, because I told you guys we have that we have that lesbian YouTubers group, and I mean, if we don't know, then it's so strange, so strange. And pretty much, I think like pretty much all the the biggest L word, biggest lesbians, biggest L word stands like come to my and I know there's lots of people who come to my channel who like just casually watch or whatever, but most people who are really into the show watch my channel. And even last week when we mentioned it, like nobody really even knew. Oh, okay, Lynn. So when the show was originally on, there was like this it was like an auction or something, but it was Sharon Osbourne and Jennifer Beals. Maybe I can find the interview. It was basically Sharon Osbourne had like purchased this walk-on role on the L Word, and I think it was on her talk show that she talked about it. And then but I remember that. I remember being like, "Oh, Sharon Osbourne's gonna be," because I always like them because they have the same weird accent that I do, and they we just net like nothing ever happened. No, and I remember thinking, "Oh yeah, Sharon Osbourne, that's so cool about the L Word," and nobody knows what happened with it. Kinky, thank you so much for the super sticker. You guys are just too sweet. Thank you, Kinky. Fake news. Let me see. Anyone who can find the answer or with proof, show me what happened or help me find the answer. You can have any shirt you want from my merch store. Yes, Martini, that's right. Speaking of my merch store, if you want to get yourself some L Word goodies, I also have Yellowjacket goodies too. The merch link is in the description box of this video, along with all my social media and stuff if you want to follow me on there and my second channel. So I'm gonna see if I can find the clip so that I can at least show you guys. Because I'm not explaining it very well, I don't think. Ah, look who Chris and Jess have it. Little geniuses they are. Let's see if this works. Let's see. Sharing, yes. Okay. 2004. Oh, bastard. Oh, that's weird. That's like not even referring to it. Okay, let's see if we Jennifer Fields too. Oh, here we go.
She became a cultural phenomenon 20 years ago in Flashdance. Now she's in the Showtime hit lesbian drama, The L Word.
Lesbian.
Please welcome Jennifer Beals.
Woo! This is the most 2000 thing ever.
Oh, so happy to see you here. It's so good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Oh,
This is so cozy.
isn't it cozy?
Yes.
That's the year I moved to
Last time I
America.
saw
It's
you,
2004.
wow, you looked stunning at that party.
Oh, thank you. It
Ah,
only took about 3 hours.
excuse me, just look at this. You look absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
That was at the In Style Oscar party.
Right. That was an in-style party. It
So-
was a Colette Dinnigan dress
Ah, just
from Australia.
divine.
I was so
Really.
excited to meet you. My husband and I kept going, there's Sharon and Ozzy. You go over. It was really exciting. I was really happy to meet you.
No, it was so good to meet you. And then I came back here and told everyone on the show.
Oh, did you? Sweet.
Yes.
So called the lesbians now.
Well, since Flashdance, you have been such a fashion icon. And in the new show, L Word, you look amazing.
That's very sweet of you to say. I don't feel like a fashion icon at all. I mean, first of all, the sweatshirt in Flashdance was a total accident. I had a sweatshirt and I put it in the dryer for too
gonna tell
long.
you guys
I didn't
a
get my head
story.
through the hole, so I cut
Interrupting, tell you a story. Sandra told me, was it Sandra? Yeah, Sandra. Oh, yeah. Sandra told me that whenever they were, I can't remember what episode they were filming, but it was I think it. Oh, it's episode 6 when in season 1 when Tina comes back and she has that blue like cable knit sweater on. And Sandra said that when they were getting ready for a scene that they had to like pause for like 20 minutes or something because the blue like cable knit sweater was very, very like if this is the collar it was on, she said the collar was just like a little bit like this. And Jennifer was like, we need to get this like taken in a bit more because it couldn't even just have like a tap, because she was like, they'll start with all the flash dance things. And she said like anything whenever they're like getting fitted for costume and stuff, that she's so conscious of having the, you know, like the shoulder out like flash dance. I thought it was funny. Okay, let me punch play.
They cut
out
it.
the whole.
Oh, check that one.
And most of the time, I'm in True Religion jeans and concert T-shirts, you know, Aerosmith T-shirts or Bruce Springsteen T-shirts and cowboy boots. That's
Is
really
this
most
it,
of the time
Lynn?
what I wear. And then
The
I get
same
dressed
one?
up and I
You
leave the
said
house.
you look stunning.
Thank you.
But who would have thought that sweatshirt flash dance would have like made such an impact that it did?
I know, who would have thought a laundry mistake would
Yeah,
make
it
such
was
a...
just, I mean, then everyone was out cutting their tops. But I have something for you because I know you like Aerosmith.
Oh my God!
So this
Oh, yeah,
goes
yeah,
for
yeah.
your collection because you like t-shirts.
fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Because I heard that you love the way they dress.
I do. Well, I think my true fashion icons are Aerosmith and probably Babe Paley. Those would probably would have to be, you know, my favorites. This
They're
is
very
really
rock
amazing.
and roll.
Yes, very rock and roll.
Very
And
rock.
Joe Perry with those canes alone is just too
I
fantastic.
know, stunning.
It's really great. Makes me want to have a cane. When I get
Oh my
older,
god, there's
I
like
have
12
a cane.
minutes to this. Let's see.
And very ambitious, and she seems like she has everything together. But
Oh,
yes,
she's actually talking about
Bet.
Bet here.
To me, what was so interesting was this character, Bet Porter, who is really this sort of type A personality, very, very driven, very ambitious, and she seems like she has everything together, but yet she's so much more diffident and kind of shy in a way. And what was interesting is to see this character trying to balance her work life and her family life, and it's a big struggle.
Was it difficult to go and be passionate with another woman? The kissing and the touching?
Well, it was interesting because
Different.
it's different. It's much softer. And what's interesting about doing the love scenes that we have on the L Word is that everything is so choreographed that at a certain point, my scene partner, Laurel London, who plays my partner in the...
This is what I constantly tell people, because like some of the things you read that people are like, I don't know what people think. Like, if you've never been on a set when stuff like this is being done, like, it is the most uncomfortable thing, because what is going on here, there's literally like 200 people around you, and it's just, yeah, and like especially on the show where it's so close and personal, and then they're shooting with the macro lens now on the L Word, where they shoot everything like these are the people, and they shoot everything like this, but then they literally go over everything with the really super close up lens, so they have to go over every single body part, and like when that stuff's going on, they like it is, and I mean, like, I'm sure she's going to say something very similar here, but it's so choreographed that like you will know, oh, okay, if this is someone's legs and you have your hands on their hips, if you were going to move your hand from their hips to like their waist, you will say to the partner like, oh, okay, I'm going to move my hand from your right hip to your right waist and like push down with my pink, like it's so intense and like not fun, and not like, it's
show.
awkward.
She said, I feel like Fred Astaire, because every single thing was choreographed. And, you know, as a cast, before we started the show, the director of the pilot, Rose Trochet, had given us this videotape
Yay, Rose
of love
Trochet.
scenes that she thought worked and some that didn't work. And she wanted us to watch this tape together as a cast.
Bye, Helen.
And when we watched it, it became very clear that a love scene didn't work when the actors were fearful. And we vowed to each other that we
Hey,
would
Amy.
commit ourselves fully to those scenes so that we wouldn't disrupt the storytelling. Because what happens is when you smell the fear coming off the actor, the story is interrupted, and then it takes the
Smell
audience
the
out,
fear.
and it's no longer valid. So,
Yeah.
so it was really interesting. That was an interesting night watching about 20 love scenes all put together.
All put together, and that works. No, that one doesn't work.
Oh, no.
I
She's
wasn't
holding her breath.
convinced.
That's not good.
Well,
That's funny.
we're going to go to a break now, but when we come back, we're going to hear more about the L word. You are so sweet.
Okay, let's see what.
I've been seeing that you've had some amazing guests on the L word.
Yes, we've been very lucky.
Snoop Dogg.
Yes, Snoop was on the show.
And how was he to work with?
Very charming, very charming man. And he doesn't have a huge, entourage. He had one very large bodyguard who was very sweet, but he was afraid of my dog. It was the funniest thing. I'm very sweet chocolate lab terrier cross.
Oh, I
And I
love
would come up
that.
just to go over and say hello. I don't know, maybe it was the dog smelled the food and
Yeah.
he got a little afraid of the dog. But Snoop was very sweet, very sweet, very easy to work with.
Did he come with his? Last time I saw him, I think he was dressed as a pixie. He was all in green, and he had like this big rhinestone chalice, and he had a cane too.
Oh, did he?
Yes,
No,
he
he
did.
wasn't all dressed up. I mean, he got dressed up for the character, but he wasn't all dressed up. But his trailer was opposite mine, and sometimes when the guys would walk past my trailer, they had these really deep voices, and the dogs would hear these deep voices, and they start barking like crazy. That's probably why the bodyguard was a little afraid, but the dog wouldn't do anything. Promise.
A little lap dog, and he's like.
Yeah.
So, who would you like on the show to guest star?
Oh my gosh, I have a very long list.
Come on.
I'd like the entire cast of Buffy the Vampire Slayer because I'm obsessed with the show.
I've got
I
Buffy
would
tattoo
like
too.
Jennifer Tilly
Oh, wait.
and Cheetah Rivera and Ernest Borgnine and Elizabeth Taylor as a very wealthy couple who are, collecting art pieces.
Yeah.
I think that would be
Yeah.
good. I think that's a good group.
Buffy is the best.
you?
If there's anyone out there who hasn't watched Buffy, you need to get it together.
When I was at the GLAAD Awards
Yeah.
about a week ago, they were auctioning off things. And
Here we
I
go.
bought a walk-on.
Oh,
I did with my friend Rob Eric. He and I are going to be coming on for a walk-on
my
together.
God.
I know.
And it
You
was
know who
never
you should
heard
play?
from again.
No,
Can you dictate it? Can't you say like you're my friend or something?
I
I
could.
think you should. I think you should have it in your contract. I think you should call your lawyer.
Say I have to be
Yes.
Jennifer's friend, otherwise I am not coming. I shall definitely throw a
And
tantrum.
organize so that you can have your dogs in the trailer.
Yeah, I will. I'll bring them. I'll bring them up. Definitely.
Very
So
good.
I'm so excited about that.
Yes,
And
I'm
you-
excited about it too.
You start back in June.
Yes, we start back in June.
Yeah. Very
It'll be about 6
excited.
months or so.
Now, when I was at the GLAAD Awards, I mean, by the gay community, they have just embraced this
Yes,
show.
we've been very fortunate. It's really lovely. I mean, we've gotten great response from the gay community.
Isn't
Oh, I
this the
think I
first
might have found
show.
something.
that is based around lesbians?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, on TV. It's amazing that it's taken this long.
I know, it's interesting. It's
Let
so
me
funny.
see,
When
let
I
me
was
see.
reading the script, that didn't occur to me at all. What I saw were these amazing characters and the sort of universality of these stories about love and loneliness and ambition and family and that to me is what was so interesting. I think that's really why the show is so successful, is because so many people can relate to the show.
Of course. Now, tell me, what is your opinion on gay marriage?
I think that it's really an extension of the civil rights movement and, coming from an interracial marriage, being the child of a interracial
I've found something else. Once
relationship,
she
I
finishes
realized
talking,
that,
I'll show you guys.
had I been born or had my parents gotten together in, say, 1940, they wouldn't have been able to get married. And I think about, all the children that are adopted by gay couples, and I think, they wouldn't have these homes. And I think that really at the end of the day, the law should treat everyone equally. And there are so many things that marriage gives to a couple in terms of the law. And I realize, though, at the other end of the spectrum, it's very hard for a lot of people to accept because the word marriage carries with it so much weight. But I think at the end of the day, you need to be free to love who you want to love, and you need to have the law sanction your love. And there's no greater sanctity than love. And I think that what pleases God the most is love between two people.
Woo! One thing I will say is Jennifer Beals definitely, like, I mean, this is also nearly 20 years ago. It's 18 years ago. She seems a lot more confident now. Yeah. So, okay, let me show you guys this. This is like the only reference that I can see. Let me see. Chrome. It's Chris and Jess. Thank you. Updated June 13th. So this was after that interview, because that was in April. Sharon Osbourne's walk-on role will be playing herself. Shane comes to do her hair before one of her TV appearances. This is where Shane meets Carmen. Sharon kind of nudges Shane in the way. So we know what part she was supposed to have, the part that Ariana Huffington had. So what happened? Why was Sharon replaced? Because that's June 13th. And as Jennifer said in that interview, they went back in. So it must have been like a really like a last minute change. Let's see. Any more Sharons? No. Okay. Let's add. Weird, huh? So I wonder what, I mean, obviously it could be something simple like she couldn't, I don't know, like she couldn't, she had to go to some event or something, but it just seems weird that she seemed so into it, you know? I wonder what she was doing in June 2004. Oh, I would have thought her talk show would have been off for the summer, but it looks like it was on. So I guess we know that that was the part she was supposed to have, but what happened to it? I do not know. She was probably a nightmare on set. Yeah, that is very, very odd. So at least we kind of got some answers there, but yeah, I wonder what the little missing piece is with why she was replaced. And yeah, like the Ariana Huffington things. Strange. Anyway. So I was just gonna also quickly have a little chitty chat about the channel and what's gonna happen and I'm doing and blah 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 blah. So let me update. I'm trying to keep the timestamps updated. It's gone all over the place. What was this? JB interview. Sharon Osbourne. This is our 15 channel. So yesterday I did I rewatched Gen Q season 1 episode 1, and I'm going to do the rest of the season, and then I'm going to go back and do an episode or two from the OG show, one through 6. I'm gonna put polls up, so I'll do like episodes from the first half of the season, and people can vote on that, and then second half of the season, and then that's how I'll do it, because I know that I did go back and watch the entire show, but one, I think I only had like 1 or 2,000 subscribers, and so 85% of the people weren't even here. Miss G and Josh are the timestamps. So and there's also like really not anything else going on L word wise. I will still be doing the lesbian news because that's fun to do, and it's like short, and as I said before, in the 3rd of March, I'm starting the Dropout on my second channel. So if you want to subscribe to my second channel, the link is in the description box, and I'll be doing the Dropout and We Crashed, the WeWork one over there. And I also will have a video coming out on a second video coming out on my second channel in the next week or so. So make sure that you are over there as well. And Station 19 and Grays will be back on Thursday. So Thursday night. So I'll be doing those on Fridays. So basically Mondays the live, Tuesdays lesbian news, Friday or Saturday, I would like to do either. No, sorry. Friday is Grays and Station 19. Thursday or Saturday, I would like to do either another L word topic. Like, the idea is that when filming starts, those will be the days that I'll do like filming videos. But obviously in the beginning, there's not going to be huge amounts to talk about. And then on Sundays is when I'll do my L word rewatch videos. But if there's anything else that you guys would like to see, let me know, because yeah, I I really enjoy doing the channel and making videos and stuff. So let me know. And yeah, the Dropouts on Hulu. So if you don't have Hulu, you can, and you live in another country, you can use my Express VPN code. It's in the description box too. And We Crashed is going to be on Apple TV though. But if you want to rewatch Gen Q too, you can watch it on Hulu as well. Oh, there's a mistake in my thingy. Let me see. There we go. So yeah, that's what's gonna be happening. Really, there's not gonna be really like filming updates probably won't start until June, because even though they'll be starting like the very end of May, we might get some, like, when they did those few little pictures when they went back, they were like, yeah, we're back filming. But I went through recently and like went through looking at like trying to look at the timeline to see like when they would tell us stuff, and stuff like, when Rosie and all of that casting, that won't come out until the summertime. So we've got a little bit of a wait, but it'll just keep getting even better. But if there's anything else that you guys would like to see, of course, let me know. I don't really. I've seen the first season of Killing Eve, but I don't really watch it. I am gonna catch up, but it is like Alex covers it, Evelyn covers it, so, and they're both way bigger than me, so it wouldn't really be something that I would cover, I don't think. But if there's anything else, let me know. And if anybody, like I said, if anybody knows why Sharon Osbourne, her part was changed to Ariana Huffington, let us know. Oh, have to check out that, Chrissy. So, thank you so much, as always, for joining us. You know, I love coming and chatting on the lives with you guys. Always brightens my week. A great way to end a Monday. So, Miss G and I hope that you have a good night, and I'll be back this week with lots of videos. Let me know if there's anything else. And if you want to follow me on social media, they're all linked in the description box down below. My merch store is linked in the description box down below if you want to get your hands on some nice L Word merch. And I also have a Patreon, podcast, everything you could possibly want or need in your L Word life is linked in the description box. And as always, thank you so, so, so much for coming to the live and for being the fantastic person that you are. You're the best. And I love you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Have a good night, day, wherever it is that you are. Love you very much. Bye, guys.